Never did I think, since this Kara arc started, the entirety of it, what was it, like chapter 24 when it all officially kicked off, never in my wildest dreams did I think that Amado, the scientist guy, which I kind of thought I had him all figured out, now a whole door of possibilities has been blown open as to what the heck is this guy's deal. But never did I think that this dude would be able to hold down a chapter and be like one of the most interesting members of Kara. I, for the longest time, was like, yo, Delta for the win, baby. Code looking interesting. Don't get me started on Kashin Koji. We got the leader in the wings, Jigen. We have well, Boruto was boring, but that's a different story. Yo! Oh my god. Boruto chapter 44. So freaking interesting. Huge revelation on Kashin Koji. Exactly what's his deal. And as I said, you could go back about a couple years now since it started. This is definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, the android saga of the Naruto verse in the Boruto story. Without a shadow of a doubt. Let's talk about it though. That Boruto 44. Yes, I gotta say it with this one. Greatness! Let's do it, baby. No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done. So this chapter, as I said in the spoiler video, started off with a glorious color page of Boruto and his karma transformation. I don't know what the heck you want to call it. You know, his Momoshiki-esque look. And I still gotta say I love it, but I did fanboy enough over it in the Boruto 44 spoiler video that I already had made. Great looking shit. Chapter kicks off Naruto waking up in the hospital, which, I mean, at the end of the day, it's starting to look more and more like we're getting closer to whatever's about to go down, whether it's a big time skip or whatever. It's going to happen sooner than possibly later, just because, okay, we had a big battle already, the Naruto and Sasuke versus Ishiki, Otsutsuki, or Jigen, whatever you want to call him. It seems as though Kara is starting to fall apart and everything, but now when Naruto waking up and you know, okay, he had a big, so to speak, event happen to him where basically him and Sasuke were defeated. Seems as though there needs to be some time for, I don't know, a build up in a sense, because you got to think what we got waiting in the wings. Like Naruto and Sasuke are both back technically on their feet. Obviously Naruto's still in the hospital, Sasuke was visiting Sarada and all that shit, but they're gonna need some type of boost because there's the Ten Tails out there. Don't forget about the Ten Tails, aka the monstrosity that took Neji from us. No, R.I.P. Neji. Oh. But we have the Ten Tails in the wings. We got Ishiki Otsutsuki in the wings that at any given moment, as once again stated in this chapter, can just pop through Kawaki. Like, Kawaki could be taking a shit, a la Yami from Black Clover, and then voila, Jigen is there like, yo fam, I came through the toilet, boy. So we have a very serious threat, not to mention there's still several members of Kara that could be potentially a threat. I think this chapter showcased that they're less of a threat than maybe I initially thought, just because we got the Dr. Gero button effect going on, but again, we'll get to it. Let's keep talking, because I feel as though a lot of setup in the first few pages, just really getting things started, showcasing, okay, Naruto is getting better, seeing Sasuke. I always love the little wholesome moments of Sasuke, Sarada, and Sakura together. It's always like, it's nice, you know, considering the fact that Sasuke does anything and everything to be away from his family, despite saying that he doesn't want to be away from his family. Very internal conflicts, but then again, that's par for the course for a character that has went through what Sasuke has went through, if you think about it. Like, if you lost everything, you'd be a little conflicted, a little messed up too, you know what I'm saying? So, but I always love and appreciate those moments. When the chapter really starts to get exciting is when we get to the lair of Kara, and we see Kashin Koji gearing up for what's about to go down, and Delta shows up, aka Android 18. Like, let's be clear, the inspiration is very, very, very obvious. Like, Amado, Jiro, Delta 18, Code would be 17, Boro would be 16, Kashin Koji, I don't know, because like, who would be Cell? Jigen would be more like Cell, and I don't think we had, was there an android that betrayed the androids to be cool? I mean, that I haven't already mentioned, like 17 or 18, which they didn't really betray the androids. So I don't know what you would classify Kashin Koji. I guess he's an anomaly to the situation and whatnot. But one of the big things you can see, because I was actually doing a little digging, and it started to become kind of obvious when you look at the whole perspective of what Amado is doing. If he's the one that has created these cybernetic beings, and they're all cybernetic beings, this chapter blew open the door of what Kashin Koji is. Now, exactly if he's connected as like a Jiraiya robot, who knows, whatever, but it seems as though there's a potential possibility that Amado has recreated people that he loves in his life, similar to like some Pain shit, if you think about it, how he used the rods to resurrect, so to speak, people from his past that he cared about. So potentially Delta's his daughter, potentially Code is his son, maybe Boro's his brother. There was the old man, maybe the old man was like his father or something, the one that was killed very early on in the arc. Jigen, I don't know, again, he's potentially an anomaly, or Jigen was possibly somebody, again, related, but they were doing the whole vessel thing, because you got to think, and it was kind of mentioned, which I love the scene, and I know I'm all over the place today. I didn't really want to take notes because I was just so excited about this chapter. I was like, screw it, let's just talk whatever pops up in my head about the insanity of this shit. I love that moment with Mitsuki and Sasuke, and it really goes into, well, what the hell is going on here? Because if the whole karma thing is about vessels, right? And obviously Jigen is seemingly the vessel for who Ishiki Otsutsuki is, but then Kawaki already has a karma mark, which means that there's an Otsutsuki living in him. What's going on there? Because you would initially think like, okay, they're trying to just use him as a vessel, but if the karma mark is already there, is it because they made an artificial one that makes it easier for Ishiki Otsutsuki to hot bodies to Kawaki's, or what's up with that? And you also got to think that if this is all like a Otsutsuki situation, then more than likely this whole arc is going to lead, and these villains and the setups that we have is going to lead towards the end, because you got to think karma is based on the Otsutsuki living within these people. So if they have karma marks at the beginning of the series where we had that flash forward to the future, this is going to continue on till the bitter end, or at the very least until that scene. I don't know if the story will go on any further afterward, but yeah. So it's a little bit fishy, I guess you could say, like again when we got that scene of Sasuke and Mitsuki, which I really want to see Mitsuki get dark again. Like Mitsuki has his moments where he's willing to slit someone's neck, shit in their mama's mouth, anything for what he considers the son, Boruto. And I just got real graphic and nasty. I don't know if Mitsuki's willing to shit in anyone's mama's mouth. Let me not put words in the dude's mouth, alright? But definitely an interesting scene. Going back to the Lair though, one of the big things with Delta getting ready to like go in against Kashin Koji, and then Amado's like, oh no fam, don't worry about it. She's off. And the big revelation right there is when Kashin Koji says, I'm probably programmed similar to that, which unveils the fact that he is indeed a cybernetic being, similar to probably every member of Kara. Boro was one, Delta obviously one. We've seen multiple references of Delta being a robot. So if Kashin Koji is anything related to Jiraiya, it could be that he's a replica of Jiraiya, which also makes you wonder if this is a possibility of Amado recreating all the people he loves or cared about. Who the hell is Amado? And also, again, is this a direct, like, did he use parts of Jiraiya's DNA to recreate this dude? Obviously, he's using jutsu that is similar to Jiraiya, the toads and all of that jazz, and he looks similar to him, even has red marks, although they're not all the way down like Jiraiya's. So, a lot of questions there. And Amado's name, in Spanish, I want to say it means loved one. In Japanese, it means something like the shutters that block the rain of some sort. So, loved one probably is more, it probably was inspired by like the Spanish word for it, and if you think about it, he's creating his loved ones, so maybe Jiraiya was connected to this dude. Some interesting stuff, you know, moving forward from there, because obviously one of the things you could argue that I'm a little bit like, damn, I felt cock teased in the half was, I thought we was gonna get Kashin Koji versus Jigen. I thought we were about to see them throw down, and we gotta wait, which that's fine. That just means we got another chapter that is gonna be hyped, because Amado held this chapter down. Like, he hands down made this chapter what it was. If it wasn't for Amado, I don't know. Especially considering we didn't get Kashin Koji versus Jigen. So I'm not too bummed about it, because again, Amado really rocked it. When he gets to the leaf, first of all, a lot of things is still like, okay, so if Kashin Koji knew so much about the leaf, and he was potentially programmed by Amado, more than likely, based on this chapter, Amado programmed a majority of Kara members, then who the hell is Amado? Because he would be the one that has these connections. It's interesting, a couple of different references that made me think, is he connected to Asuma in any way? I doubt it's Asuma himself. We've seen, like, you know, one of the most glorious, sad, tragic deaths, but when he shows up, one of the first things he runs into is Ino Shikacho, the new version when Shika died, Inojin, and Chocho. But then also the whole he forgot a lighter thing, the smoke. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Asuma, Shikamaru. Then on top of that, which don't get me wrong, there was a reason why he wanted to speak to Shikamaru. He initially really wanted to speak to Naruto, but at that particular point, he thought that Naruto was captured, so instead he wanted to speak to Shikamaru. But also his level of intelligence and just the things that he knows about the leaf. Very, very peculiar. There's so much there. I don't know, maybe he could have been Asuma's secret brother. Maybe he could have been Asuma's father. I don't freaking know. But definitely very, very interesting. And I feel as though there's some context clues that maybe it could be that. I mean, I know I could potentially be grasping at straws, but a lot of connections there. And then he was just badass. Like, you do not think that the old scientist dude is going to be that slick to where, first of all, he's getting try to, you know, stop him. He immediately takes him down, puts a freaking bomb around Shikadai's neck. And then outdoes the jutsu, makes Ino send a message out to Shika. I was like, this dude is freaking ill as hell. I'm loving it. I did not expect to really enjoy this dude or see him hold down a chapter like this, considering, like, he's just the scientist dude, and it's just so many more questions. We need to get the backstory of Kara. Like, one of the big things about this chapter, we need to know, how was it founded? How did Jigen get to Amado? Was it that the real Jigen before Ishiki Otsutsuki came along was cool with Amado? Things happened. Amado created these robots under duress, essentially, to further the goals of whoever Ishiki Otsutsuki truly is. Also, why create a vessel with Kawaki if Jigen is already a vessel, although that vessel is crumbling, so obviously he would have to jump bodies. But then why is there already karma inside of him? Do you need there to be karma in order to jump? Couldn't you just do like a la Orochimaru, jumping bodies? A lot of questions. But then as the chapter continues, he speaks to Shikamaru and says that he wants to defect to Konoha. If you guys allow it, he will, which even before that, hold on, just quickly, seeing Moegi and all them trying to do everything to him, I was just like, I'm gonna go for the win. This dude right now looking 1,000 times better, hands down, than Boro. Boro, it was toilet paper that was wasted in the freaking epidemic in comparison to Amado, okay? But yeah, he says he'll give info on Kara, the Ten Tails, Otsutsuki, all of this, if they allow him to defect to Konoha. But there's a couple of questions that they're going to immediately say, well, so you put a bomb around Shikadai's neck, did all of this just so that we would accept you into the Leaf, which we're kind of a harmonious type of, you know, group, like, or village, like, but so many questions come from this chapter. Some answers. Obviously, now we know to a certain degree what Kashin Koji truly is. He's a robot, or an android, or whatever the heck you want to call it, possibly based on Jiraiya. Maybe Delta's based on Amado's daughter, maybe Koda off his son, maybe Boro off his boring ass brother. Like, a lot of things that could start being put into place, but still so much more that has to be answered for. And just overall, this chapter kicked major ass. I know some people, they want action all the time, and I've been accused of wanting action all the time. And mind you, there was some remnants of action. I mean, I guess, you know, a little Genin group getting taken out by an old scientist dude, and the way he did it was kind of cool, but it wasn't really like action. Like, it was more so just advancing the plot along, and I appreciated the shit out of this chapter. This chapter better than the entirety of the Boro fight, and I really rock with it. I mean, was it as insane as like the Naruto and Sasuke versus Ishiki Otsutsuki fight? Obviously not, but very, very great stuff. Curious what you guys think about a lot of this, though. Do you think Kara members are based on this dude Amado's family? Do you think that Kashin Koji is a robot program similar to Jiraiya? You think there's any connections at all to Amado with Asuma? And just the overall thoughts of all this insanity. Why does he want to defect to Konoha? Why is there a karma mark inside of Kawaki's body if there's already a host with Jigen? Like, is there two Otsutsuki there? What do you think about that scene with Mitsuki and Sasuke? Really, really appreciated it. I like seeing Mitsuki just teasing, you know, walking that fine line of the dark side of, like, this dude is willing to snap necks, pillage villages, everything for Boruto. And your overall thoughts and expectations for the next chapter of Boruto. Are you looking forward to seeing the Kashin Koji fight versus Jigen? That's something that, like, okay, you held it off in this chapter. We thought we was getting that. Obviously not. I can't freaking wait. I just hope they don't off-screen it. Like, really, please don't off-screen it. I want to see the full-fledged battle. I want to see a massacre. I want to see greatness, which Boruto manga's been delivering, baby. Incredible chapter. Loved it. So I have for this one, though. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Hit that bell to get all notifications. And if you want to follow any of my other social media, links in the description below. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule: anime and manga for life, boy. Have an awesome day. Peace in, and shit is getting real.
Everything good always comes to an end. If you stab me in my back, we can never make amends. Trying to move to acceptance, hard to accept it. Mistakes like mirrors, gotta reflect it. I don't wanna fucking leave, but I gotta leave. Leave the maybes to the crazies. Maybe one day there I go, admitting something in a subtle way. No more copies, leave without a trace. Last time, I'ma say last time. Moving on to the future, leave the memories as a pastime. Memories always feel like the worst, deading all the past. Leave it in a hearse. Sometimes I wanna lie, but I don't. Why lie when truthfully you get caught in it? Then usually it's all off and shit, uncalled for shit. Now I'm off the shit. Maybe lately what I've been facing got me crazy. No, I can't take it. Maybe